Welcome. This is Money Heart, where we explore the emotional side of money. I'm Camille Diaz, and today we're discussing the abundance approach. My guest is Dee Pierce. She's a lifestyle management coach. Dee, welcome to Money Heart.
Thanks, Camille. I appreciate you asking me.
Yeah, absolutely. When we were talking about this concept of abundance, you kind of told me that you didn't really start out with that mindset. How did you actually start out early on?
Yeah, so I really grew up with a scarcity mindset, and my dad was a public school teacher. We had everything we needed, but there wasn't a lot extra, and so when we as kids would ask for things, it was no, we can't afford that. No, that's not in the budget. No, all of those kind of things, and however, at the time, I didn't realize that as really a scarcity mindset. Um, it wasn't until I grew up and and realized the difference between abundance and scarcity.
Mm.
And scarcity is really telling yourself, no, you can't have what what you want. That there is a block there. And what I learned was abundance just says it's the difference between saying, "Oh, mom, I really want this new $60 computer game," and the mom says, "Okay, you can have that. It's a yes, but what are you going to do to work for it to get it? What are you going to do to contribute to getting it? Because just because it's a yes." There's always going to be some work behind it,
Mhm.
and it's always empowering. So that abundance mindset is something that bridges into all areas of our life.
Yeah, it definitely does. What changed for you that helped you make that switch from kind of automatic no, I can't have that, I can't do that, I can't afford that, to sure I can. I just have to figure out how I'm going to make it happen.
I think I think it's really a mindset. It's really once I identified that scarcity kind of mindset that I had, it was really it was really pretty self-defeating, I felt, and so I thought, why am I doing that to myself?
Mhm.
And then um, the thing that got my attention on abundance was one of my friends on Facebook. He was talking about it, and he was directly relating it to his kids, and how he can tell his kids yes, because yes, they can have whatever they want, but they're going to contribute. And I thought, you know what, that's exactly the positive mindset of abundance. Is you can have you can have whatever you want. You want to go to Fiji? Fantastic. You can go. What are you going to do to work to get you there? If it's a matter of savings, save. It's seriously just a mindset switch of and once I realized that, abundance really can permeate every area of your life.
Yeah. So how have you kind of seen abundance showing up for you since you switched from that I can't do this, I can't have it, to yeah, I can have it. Okay, now how am I going to get it? What's my plan? What's my strategy here?
I think you just like um I think you just kind of apply it to the area of your life that you're working on. So if you're working on your life, yes, I can have it, I'm going to work for it.
Yeah.
If you want to apply it to your passion, trying to find your passion, I turned 50 this year. So there's a lot of people out there like me going, I don't even know what my passion is. But if you apply that abundance mindset to your passion, then it becomes, it's never too late. I
Mm.
have a whole lot of life left to live. And what am I going to do to meet those goals and dreams that I have, and the things that I want to do? Because all things are possible. I just need to make work to make it happen. Versus, a scarcity person who might be turning 50 this year might say, really too old to change or to do anything else. And I'm probably past my prime anyway. So, my time is over. That's a pretty depressing way to live.
That's a
In my
lot of years
opinion.
left to live thinking I got nothing left, which, by the way, you do not look 50. I would not have guessed that.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Doing something right over there.
Thank you very much. So, anyway, your passion, you've got a lot of life left to live. This last half can be your best half, right? And you just live in that abundance. If you apply it to your business, abundance in business, there are how many millions or billions of people are there in this world? There are enough people out there for everyone to be successful in business. There is enough out there that we can all be successful in whatever we do, because, if you need 50 people to be successful, there's a lot of groups of 50 people in that population, right? And if you're in business and you're operating in scarcity, then you act out of desperation. You act out of feeling that you feel threatened when someone else gets a client that might be yours. You feel like, oh my gosh, that person could have been my client. What did I do wrong? Why aren't they my client? Well, they're not your client because they weren't supposed to be your client. There's plenty of people out there to operate in abundance with and being happy for other people and then in their success, instead of not, we'll just call it not
Instead of
happy.
not. I love that. And I think that's such a great point, because when you start a business, it is really easy to fall into that scarcity mindset of needing everybody to work with you and everybody to be your client, especially like, let's say you're selling a product and you feel like everybody needs your product. It's super wonderful thing. That's why you sell it. So everybody should just be buying it from you. And you don't know why people buy from you or don't buy from you. It's all about whatever's going on in their own head. So,
Yes.
so we don't know.
Yes. And, but that's the thing about it is even if you don't, even if you're that person who is selling a product and you're out there and you're hustling and you feel like you have the best product ever, and you may not be, meshing with people who want to purchase from you. It really can mess with your mind, just like you said. But it's not about you and it's not about the product. It's just, you just haven't found the right person, and you just got to keep asking.
Right. But just that sorting process. And
Yes.
I've noticed that I can really feel it when someone comes to me and they want me to buy their thing and they're in that scarcity mindset, because it's like, buy my thing. Like they're just really intense about it. And it, as a buyer, it kind of creeps you out if they don't have the abundance mindset.
For sure. Have you ever, like, I know you and I both do a lot of networking in our community, and, it's like you sit down and you try to make relationships with people and you try to get to
Right.
know them and all of that. But it's like when you sit down with someone and maybe they're in insurance and they have a whole flip chart, and everything right
Oh my
there.
goodness. So,
And
funny story, I'm in insurance and I've sat down with somebody who's in insurance just to get to know them and hang out. And they bust out their flip chart. And I'm like, dude, we do the same thing. But no, my flip chart, buy from me. I'm like,
yes,
I'm a little confused.
yes, and it's that same scarcity mindset. It's like they feel like they have to turn over every single person, and you know, especially in business, you do business with people you know, like, and trust,
Right. So true.
and so you have to you build your relationships,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Absolutely
you
build the
and you
relationship.
operate out of abundance.
Right. Otherwise, those people, they come at you. Sometimes I call it commission breath. And it smells real bad.
Yeah,
Can't be
yeah,
around them.
for sure. There's another aspect of abundance too, and that involves um, abundance in the outcomes.
Oh, yes. Fantastic point.
Yes,
Yeah.
because whether you're in business, whether you're trying to find your life passion, whether you're just trying to make it through life, and you're like trying to reach for this goal. Say you need $10,000 to get to Fiji or whatever. That outcome will completely consume you and stress you out if you
Mm,
let it, because you're operating out of your lack and what you don't have, out of that scarcity.
right.
But if you flip that around and you're operating out of your abundance, your outcome, there's nothing to stress about your outcome. God's going to take care of your outcome, and you can pray about it. I do a lot of prayer over outcomes, but also there is a lot to be thankful for in how much you have gained. So operate over the, oh, I need 10,000. Woo, I got 5. I'm halfway there. Instead
Yes.
of, oh my gosh, how much longer do I have to work to get back?
So you just said two really good things. One of them was that concept of you make the goal, you figure out the outcome that you want, and then you figure out what your plan is to do it. Talk to this many people, meet this many people, develop however many relationships, make however many, whatever it is that you have to do to get there. And then you just put that outcome over on the side because you know you're doing the activity. So
Yes,
there's no need to
yes.
stress about the outcome. If you do the activity, the outcome will happen. And then the other thing so go ahead on that one. And then you said one more thing no, you're good.
No,
Okay.
I was just gonna say you're exactly right. Any level of scarcity mindset is taken care of in activity. So activity will take care of that. So because you're going to see
Right.
results if you're in
Yeah.
consistent activity.
If you're doing the activity, you'll see the results. Exactly. And the other thing you said that was cool was you brought up the gratitude piece.
Mm-hmm.
It's so interesting to think about when you receive something. Let's say I left an envelope on your porch with $100 in it, and you open it up and I was like, gift for you. How would you feel when you open that up?
Oh, I would be so grateful. I mean, number one, that someone thought of me.
Yeah.
And number two, that someone thought to bless my life tangibly.
Right.
Um,
Exactly.
and number three, surprise me.
There you
So
go.
it's
Yes.
all, I mean, it's all, it's all amazing. But gratitude is something that is huge
Right.
as well.
Right. Because you
Gratitude,
can't receive something without gratitude. So when
yeah,
you have gratitude, you are set up to receive.
yes. And gratitude alone, if you take 5 minutes every morning, you list 5 things that you're grateful for that day or for the previous day, it will it will change your life. It will change your mindset, and it will really make a huge impact.
Yeah. Yeah. No better way to get into that abundance mindset than being grateful for the things that you have and the
Hmm.
things that are coming to you. Sometimes I write that down when I write gratitude, something that I don't have yet, but I'm already grateful for it.
Yes, for sure.
Mhm.
For sure, do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool. Well, thank you, Dee. This has been a lot of fun. I'm glad we unpacked some really interesting stuff here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
This was really fun. I always love speaking about these things, and I have a huge heart for gals like me who have been stay-at-home moms and are kind of transitioning to new a new life with an empty nest.
Yeah.
So, you know, I encourage anyone to reach out to me if they want to talk about these things.
I love it. Thank you. And if you want to reach out to Dee, you can find her by emailing her at createhealthyfutures@gmail.com. So that's how you can get in touch with Dee. Thank you as well to all of our listeners. I'm your host, Camille Diaz. This show is sponsored by Serenity Financial, a Five Rings financial agency specializing in financial education, living benefits, and guaranteed lifetime income. Today's money mantra is I choose abundance.